All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the upcoming NFL schedule release, as there has been some games leaked already. I do not believe the Steelers have, an official game set, but we do have a big Andrew Filipponi tweet to talk about. So we will get into that. If you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Shout out to the people who have subscribed already. And shout out to the future subscribers, man. We are pushing 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to everybody. And lastly, shout out to the members, man. So, with all that said, let's get into it. The first official game that is going to happen in this NFL season is going to be the Ravens taking on the Chiefs. And early predictions here, because it is a regular season game, because it does not matter, because the Ravens are regular season demons, I am going to have the Ravens taking this one. It could, potentially affect seeding. It could potentially affect that home game, but, the Ravens got a home game last year against the Chiefs, and it didn't really work out. Now did it? And so, early predictions, I have the Ravens taking that against the Chiefs. And there's another game as well that's confirmed. It is, and shout out to this page, NFL schedule updates. I think, I don't know if this is new or what, but, they've been going crazy today. And so the next game that is, I guess, released is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Green Bay Packers, wherever they are. And I believe this game is in Brazil. I think that's what it said. Yeah, the game's in Brazil. So shout out to Brazil. They get an NFL game. I don't know how they're feeling about that, but hopefully, it's a packed stadium. They get two green teams too. Green Brazil. I'm just thinking about that now. Hey man, kind of cooking there. And if you look kind of here to the left, it says at TBD and then TBD at. And you can see he kind of explained it here. TBDA is the team likely to be on the road that week. Oftentimes this is due to stadium/parking conflict. And so TBDA means we're going to be away. So apparently our second game of the week, according to this page, we're going to be away and we're going to be home at first, right? But then Andrew Filipponi, keep an eye on the Steelers opening the season on the road at the Falcons, Wilsons versus Cousins. And so already we have some conflict between what does Andrew Filipponi think and what does the NFL schedule update page think. Really, I don't know who to believe, but just for shits and giggles, let's talk about opening the season on the road against the Atlanta Falcons. This is something I'm pretty interested in, not only because I think, we can win the game, but and who's Atlanta's quarterback? Oh, duh, it's Kirk. That's what it does. It literally says it right there. I was thinking, is it still Desmond? But no, they got Kirk and they got Michael Penix. And so that can be an interesting matchup. But the real, the real beef, the real history, of course, is with big Arthur Smith taking on his old team, man. He was run out of town. He was clowned. He was throwing. He was calling passes to Jonnu Smith, and they booed him for it. They got rid of him for it. They got two quarterbacks, for some reason for it. Kirk Cousins 200 trillion, and then Michael Penix in the first round. Very interesting moves by Atlanta, and also the Atlanta Hawks. And a big NBA fan here. The Atlanta Hawks just got the #1 overall pick, and I'm not sure if they're going to select a quarterback with that as well. But it seems like an Atlanta thing to do. And so looking at this, I don't know if this is real. I don't know if we're actually going to open the season against the Falcons, but we are going to face them at some point. And so I would really, really love to win that game, not only for the Steelers record, but just for Arthur Smith, man, especially returning to Atlanta. I'm sure, they'll show him on the screen and they'll be booing him or whatever. Speaking of that too, random topic, but is Arthur Smith going to be down on the field or is he going to be up in the booth? I don't know if you guys remember last season, but our offense was playing so bad that we moved Matt Canada downstairs, and for that week or two, it was hitting, man. Him being on the sideline was hitting. I want Arthur Smith on the field, bro. I want Arthur Smith at quarterback against the Falcons because of the way they treated him and the way that he's been treated since then from other NFL people, other NFL fans, and now he's on the Steelers and we're clowning the Steelers for having Arthur Smith. Man, not too much on Arthur Smith, man. Arthur Smith, he turned the Tennessee Titans into all right, they're still the Tennessee Titans, I get it, but they had a good run of it, didn't they? They had a good run of it, big 1 playoff win, 2 playoff wins here and there, big Derrick Henry. And we run the ball well, so I'm excited for Arthur Smith, and I really do want to win this game, but I don't know if it's going to be week 1 because, like I said, there is some conflict, there is some people in the comments saying no, absolutely not. No, they're not. I had this guy. Shout out to Samuel Smith. Samuel Smith has the schedule and his Cowboys in Pitt week 1. That would be a banger. At Denver or home to Giants. Someone in that. Okay, so we could play Denver or the Giants. These people are just rattling things off here. I might as well make a guess on who I think we're gonna play. Do you guys remember when Antonio Brown tweeted I don't know, maybe a week or two ago that we were going to open the season against the Ravens? I guess, that's not the case because they're playing week 1 against the Chiefs. So, poor CT ESPN, he definitely got that one wrong. But sometimes you got to get things wrong to get things right, All right, and now to end the video here, I have the schedule up. It's not exactly in order, of course, but it is the opponents we are going to face for the year. And I wanted to give kind of like an early record prediction. I definitely will do this again once the schedule is officially released. But, I just wanted some early prediction on how I'm feeling. This is my first time like really looking at it and really trying to, think, what games are going to win. And so starting it out, we can see we have all of our divisional opponents up top. And starting it out with the Ravens, man, let's get this going early. The Ravens, I believe we're going to be 1-1 with the season on or against them. Not too much against, not too much for the Ravens. I mean, they're not like this juggernaut team, and I know we've beaten them a bunch. However, I feel like that, eventually they're going to get us, man. Like, we got to be honest. Eventually they are going to get us, and they are a good team for whatever that's worth. But 1-1's not too bad. And the same thing against the Bengals, low key. Like, maybe I'm being scared here. Maybe, we could just sweep them too. But for now, just early thoughts. I'm gonna give us 1-1 against the Bengals. And then the Browns, though, I'm gonna have us sweeping the Browns, unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess for us, but unfortunately for Browns fans. Not too much on the Browns. Like, you guys suck and you're worst team, no logo. Like, we can say all that. But I just feel like we match up pretty good against you. Like, our defense kind of shuts you down outside of like the Nick Chubb run game. If we can just lock in there, that would be great. But our defense kind of shuts you down. You're not putting up like 30 points on us. And then in the same breath, your defense definitely did get us last year, but I believe we improved offensively. And if it comes down to like just a one score thing and it's us or the Browns who need one score, like it's going to be us. Like it's going to be us every single time, man. So I got us 2-0 against the Browns. Moving out of the division now. The Chiefs, I am going to give this to the Chiefs, unfortunately, because that is not what I wanted to do. Because, they are the Chiefs. They're regular season demons. I would love to beat them. But just for for the sake of the video here, I am gonna have us losing to the Chiefs, big Super Bowl champions. Eventually, though, we'll see, man. Maybe maybe we're not too far from the Chiefs. We will see. And we're at home, so that could be something. But for now, I'll give that to the Chiefs. The Chargers, I'm gonna have us beating the Chargers, man. Like not too much on the Chargers. I definitely get my shit off on the Chargers a lot. And they beat us, I want to say 2-ish or 3-ish years ago on Monday Night Football or Thursday Night Football with Ben. So we got to get some revenge there. So I have us beating the Chargers, and then to counteract that against the Cowboys, I am gonna have us losing. No offense, no offense to Steelers fans. I know, us and the Cowboys, we have a crazy rivalry. But the Cowboys, they're just big regular season demon teams, man. Like we got to be honest. Like the regular season, they treat that like the Super Bowl. And I don't know, depending on where we are at or where we're at for the Steelers, like. Sometimes we just fall off. Sometimes like we're dead in the middle of the season. It depends on when we face them, If we face them early, probably cooked. But if we catch them like at the last weeks of the season here, and like the Steelers, we got to win 4 straight games to hit the playoffs, and Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. The Cowboys we could definitely get. But once again, for the sake of the video, for the shits and giggles, I am gonna have us beating the Cowboys, and then moving to the Giants and the Jets. Big trip to New York. I am going to have us beating both of these teams. The Giants, I don't even remember the last time we lost to the Giants. Maybe they get us, maybe they don't. But, it's come on, man. It's a Steelers channel. I'm a Steelers fan. Let me get this win off against the Giants on my record prediction. And the same thing with the Jets. Like, they beat us with Zach Wilson. They beat us in Kenny Pickett's first game. And honestly, I'm still salty about that, low-key. I'm still pretty upset about that. And this also falls back to, like, when, they got Aaron Rodgers. He beat us in the Super Bowl. But when we play them matters because, if it's in the middle of the season, late in the season, and not to do this, but it is Aaron Rodgers, man. He's a little up there, man. He is a little up there. So, not the virus protection. Like, he is a little up there. And so when we do play him, like, if we face them later in the season, he could not be there. Something could be happening. And on top of that, too, just once again, like, I feel really good about this team. Like, I know the Jets have a really good defense, but we have a really good defense, too. Like, can we talk about that? Like, our defense is fucking stacked. And the Jets, like, how do I want to say it? I know they have Garrett Wilson. I know they have, like, Breece Hall and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I'm not scared of the Jets, man. I don't know. Like, I think our defense is going to kind of shut them down. So that is what it is. Moving now to the Raiders. We are 100% going to beat the Raiders. Have we ever lost to the Raiders? I don't think so. And then moving on to the Broncos. Same thing. We can just go straight through this. Moving on to the Broncos. Same thing. We're going to beat the Broncos too. And that's because, it's the big Russell Wilson revenge game. We are going to be going to, we're going to Denver to play them. Obviously Russell Wilson, he gets to play in his old stadium. He gets to play against the team that benched him. He gets to play against the team that tarnished his name. He gets to play against the team that fucking just tanked the season while he was playing, some good football. And it is what it is. We get to beat the team that is paying this guy like $100 million to not play for them. So I feel like you can't ask for much more than that. And I really do feel confident in this game too. Who is their quarterback? Is it J.J. McCarthy? I don't even know who their quarterback is. And so early record prediction right here. I got us beating the Broncos, and then against the Eagles. Just to be fair, I am going to give this to the Eagles. Oh, I spelled their name wrong. I am going to give this to the Eagles. They got us. Did they get us? Yeah, oh my God, did they get us? Yeah, AJ Brown, they fucking smoked us. Devontae Smith smoked us that one day. I believe that was last season. If it wasn't, it was 2 seasons ago, but they definitely got us. Of course, there was the Chase Claypool game a little bit ago as well. But they're another regular season demon team, and I can just see it. But low key, looking down below that, Washington, Indianapolis, and Atlanta. If I just give us these 3 wins, if I just give us these 3 wins, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So is that 12 wins? Is that 12 wins I see? Oh my goodness. All right, and if we take it away, okay, one of these teams just beats us down the stretch. If we take that away, we get to 11 wins. That's not impossible, man. That really isn't impossible. You guys see my logic on how I got there. Maybe we lose to the Chargers, and that gets us to 10. If we still lose to one of these teams, that gets us to 10. Maybe we lose to one of the New York teams, and that gets us to 9. But look what I'm having to do to give us less wins, And these are teams I feel confident in. I'm not just lying. I'm not just we're gonna win 12 games for the fuck of it. No, I genuinely feel this way. And I guess same thing too with the Ravens. And if we don't sweep the Browns, we take that to 1-1. That gives us 1 less win. But I don't think we're gonna get swept by any of the divisional teams. If I'm bugging for that, let me know. Maybe the Ravens, they come back with a force. They come back with they're salty. They haven't beaten us in 10 years or however long it's been. Lamar Jackson salty. So maybe that happens. That definitely could happen. But for now, 12 wins. 12 wins. Best case. And then low key, 9 wins if the sun falls out. Oh, you guys can't even see that. But 9 wins if the sun falls out of the sky. And then, just for shits and giggles here, we talked about maybe some losses here, maybe some losses there. 10 wins officially. Is that how you spell officially? I don't know. But 10 wins officially. That's what I'm going to give. I'm going to give us 10 wins, but we really could win 12. We really could win 11. But as far as winning less, once again, we'd have to have some injuries. We'd have to have some mental gymnastics to get me to think we're going to win less games than at least 9. 9 wins. Can we do that with the highest paid defense and all this stuff we've gone through in the offseason? Is that even possible? Do we get Arthur Smith and we win 9 games? Matt Canada low-key did that, man. So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about the season. Let me know how you think it's actually going to go. Who do you think we're playing week 1? And are we going to have an international game? I talked about the Packers and Eagles in Brazil. I don't know if the Steelers are confirmed for an international game. Low key, just because of the timing thing, sometimes they'd be playing at fucking 9 in the morning. And I'm not trying to do that, man, especially if it's against Washington or some shit like that. No offense. If we're going to have an international game, I hope it's against the Chiefs or something like that. Because I'm not trying to wake up to watch us potentially lose 13-10 to Washington in England. I don't want to do that. So it is what it is. But yeah, as I said, let me know what you guys think. Definitely, I don't know, kind of a weird video, but it is what it is. I want to talk about the Steelers. I want to talk about this upcoming season with the schedule being released soon. It is that season. I will redo this video once it is officially, out, and that way we can kind of see the nuances of we play the Jets in week 4, and so week 4, Aaron Rodgers, trying to prove that he's back. Maybe he's out here hooping, but if we catch him in week 11, they could be on a downward turn. They could be rumblings. He could be on ayahuasca or some shit like that. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers, man. So it is what it is. But yeah, I am going to get out of here. Peace out, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. If you are a Steelers fan, I make Steelers videos all the time, so definitely be sure to stick around. Anyways, this has been Zaya from Zaya and the Steelers, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.